In a world that constantly preaches the virtues of kindness and compassion, it's easy to fall into the trap of excessive selflessness. While generosity is undoubtedly a noble trait, it's crucial to recognize when our giving nature becomes detrimental to our own well-being. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes self-mastery and rational thinking, offers valuable insights into the perils of excessive kindness and how to cultivate a balanced approach to giving. 1. Unrealistic expectations and disappointment. Stoicism reminds us that the world doesn't always reciprocate our kindness in equal measure. When we set unrealistic expectations of how others should respond to our generosity, we set ourselves up for disappointment and disillusionment. Instead, we should focus on the intrinsic satisfaction of giving, without expecting anything in return. As Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, eloquently stated, "Kindness is not done to receive a kindness in return, but rather because kindness is its own reward." By detaching ourselves from the outcome of our actions and focusing on the act of giving itself, we liberate ourselves from the potential for disappointment and foster a deeper sense of fulfillment. 2. Enabling others' dependence. Excessive kindness can inadvertently create a crutch for others, preventing them from developing their own self-reliance and problem-solving skills. By constantly rescuing or accommodating others, we may hinder their personal growth and hinder their ability to take responsibility for their own lives. As Epictetus, another influential Stoic thinker, observed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." By encouraging others to cultivate their own inner resources and resilience, we empower them to navigate life's challenges with greater independence and self-efficacy. 3. Neglecting self-care. When we prioritize the needs of others over our own, we risk depleting our physical, emotional, and mental resources. Self-care is not a luxury. It's a necessity for maintaining our overall well-being. By taking time for ourselves, engaging in activities we enjoy, and addressing our own needs, we replenish our energy and become better equipped to help others without neglecting ourselves. As Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and renowned Stoic practitioner, advised, we must treat ourselves with kindness and respect, and we must not give ourselves a hard time. We must focus on the present moment and make the most of it. By prioritizing our own well-being, we become more resilient, compassionate, and effective in our interactions with others. 4. Misperception of weakness. In some cases, excessive kindness can be misinterpreted as weakness or a lack of boundaries. When we consistently say yes to every request, others may perceive us as pushovers or easy targets for exploitation. Setting healthy limits and asserting our needs is essential for maintaining our self-respect and preventing others from taking advantage of our generosity. As Epictetus wisely stated, "It is not enough to be benevolent. You must also be willing to show that you are benevolent." By establishing clear boundaries and communicating our needs assertively, we dispel misconceptions of weakness and convey our strength and self-respect. 5. Prioritizing other goals over our own. When we prioritize the goals and aspirations of others over our own, we risk losing sight of our own dreams and ambitions. While it's admirable to support others, we must also dedicate time and energy to pursuing our own passions and achieving our own goals. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Do what is necessary. What is necessary? What is within your power?" By pursuing our own goals with determination and passion, we not only fulfill our own potential, but also inspire others to pursue their dreams with equal enthusiasm. 6. Enabling unhealthy habits and dependencies. Excessive kindness can sometimes enable unhealthy habits and dependencies in others. Whether it's enabling a friend's excessive spending or providing constant bailouts to a struggling family member, our generosity may inadvertently reinforce detrimental patterns of behavior. As Seneca aptly observed, true compassion is not about giving money to beggars, but about teaching them to work and support themselves. By encouraging others to take responsibility for their own choices and actions, we empower them to break free from unhealthy dependencies and cultivate a sense of self-reliance. 7. Attracting negative people and opportunists. An overly generous reputation can attract individuals who seek to exploit our kindness for their own gain. These energy vampires may drain our resources, manipulate our emotions, and leave us feeling used and resentful. It's crucial to exercise discernment and recognize when our generosity is being taken advantage of. As Seneca cautioned, beware of the man who does not return your kindness. By cultivating a discerning eye and setting clear boundaries, we can protect ourselves from those who seek to exploit our generosity and maintain a healthier and more balanced social circle. 8. Overextending ourselves and burning out. Excessive generosity can lead to burnout, a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged or excessive stress. When we constantly give without receiving, we deplete our resources and leave ourselves vulnerable to physical and emotional ailments. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By practicing self-awareness and recognizing the signs of burnout, we can take proactive steps to manage our energy levels, prioritize self-care, and prevent ourselves from reaching the point of exhaustion. 9. Embracing the dichotomy of control. Stoicism teaches us to distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot. While we can control our actions, thoughts, and reactions, we cannot control the external world or the actions of others. Excessive kindness often stems from trying to control outcomes or influence the behavior of others, which can lead to frustration and disappointment. As Epictetus wisely observed, it is not the events themselves that disturb people, but rather their opinions and judgments concerning those events. By focusing on what we can control, our own thoughts and actions, and accepting what we cannot, we cultivate inner peace and resilience in the face of external challenges. 10. Cultivating a balanced approach to kindness. Stoicism advocates for a balanced approach to kindness, one that is guided by reason and self-awareness. We should strive to be generous and compassionate, but not to the point of self-sacrifice or enabling unhealthy behaviors in others. As Seneca eloquently stated, there is no greater kindness you can bestow upon another than to help him to be his own self, or what he should be. By cultivating a balanced approach to kindness, we can nurture genuine connections, support others in their growth, and maintain our own well-being and personal fulfillment. While kindness is a noble virtue, it's essential to recognize the potential pitfalls of excessive generosity. By embracing the wisdom of Stoicism, we can cultivate a balanced approach to giving, one that honors our own needs, empowers others, and fosters genuine and fulfilling relationships. Remember, true kindness flows from a place of abundance, self-respect, and a clear understanding of our own boundaries. Let's consider the story of Emily, a kind-hearted woman who always put the needs of others before her own. She was constantly helping her friends and family, often to her own detriment. She would lend money to friends who never repaid her, stay up late to help her children with their homework, and even take on extra work to support her struggling family. Despite her efforts, Emily's kindness often left her feeling drained, resentful, and taken advantage of. She felt like she was constantly giving and never receiving. Her relationships were becoming strained, and her own well-being was suffering. One day, Emily decided to take a step back and reflect on her patterns of behavior. She realized that her excessive generosity was not only harming her, but also hindering the growth and independence of those she was trying to help. Drawing upon the wisdom of Stoicism, Emily began to cultivate a more balanced approach to kindness. She learned to set healthy boundaries, prioritize her own needs, and distinguish between genuine help and enabling unhealthy behaviors. Emily started by politely declining requests that she couldn't afford or that would overburden her. She began to schedule time for herself to pursue her own interests and recharge her energy. She also encouraged her friends and family to take responsibility for their own problems, offering guidance and support instead of constant rescue. As Emily adopted a more balanced approach to kindness, she noticed a positive shift in her relationships. Her friends and family started to appreciate her help more, and they began to take more initiative in their own lives. Emily also felt a renewed sense of self-worth and fulfillment. She realized that true kindness is not about self-sacrifice, but about empowering others and fostering genuine connections. Through her journey of self-discovery, Emily learned that kindness, like any virtue, must be practiced with wisdom and moderation. By embracing the principles of Stoicism, she found a way to be generous and compassionate without neglecting her own well-being and empowering others to grow and thrive.